Welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss about a descriptive univariate analysis. Univariate means here we will consider only one label or one attribute for analysis process. This univariate frequency basically is divided into three types of information that consist of frequency table, statistic measures, and plots. This univariate analysis that consists of the three types of information: frequency table, statistical measures, and plots. This univariate analysis will use the univariate frequency. The frequency is basically a counter value. There are two types of frequencies which is used for the univariate analysis are absolute frequency and relative frequency. Absolute frequency, it will count how many times the value should appear. The relative frequency, it will count the percentage of times that value being appeared. And this is the example for the univariate frequency. Absolute and relative frequency for the attribute company. For that, the absolute frequency, it is considered as the 7. The company is good company or bad company. That for that, the relative frequency, it will be represented in a percentage, and the absolute frequency, it will be represented in the numbers. The next example, for that we are considering the attribute height, and for that the respective cumulative frequency should be calculated. Absolute and relative frequency are the number and the percentage of occurrence that are less than or equal to a given value. And for this, we can consider the height is given in this column, and the absolute frequency. Absolute frequency is nothing but the number of occurrence, number of times that particular height is present in the table. The 172 and 180 alone, it is repeated. And the relative frequency, we have to calculate it. This absolute frequency divided by number of times. If you count all this, the denominator will come 14. For that, based on that, you have to calculate the relative frequency. And the absolute cumulative frequency, this will be used to add these two values, and it will be displayed over here. 5 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 1, 7, 7 plus 1, 8. 1, the same value we have to write it here. Then absolute cumulative, we have to add the previous value with this absolute frequency. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1. Like that, the 13 plus 1 is 14. This denominator also 14. And the relative cumulative frequency, as usual, we have to use 1 divided by 14. Then 2 divided by 14, 3 divided by 14. The accuracy percentage, relative cumulative frequency, it will comes around the 100%. And the next way of representing that univariate frequency is the univariate data visualization. For visualization purpose, it will use the 5 types of charts: pie chart, bar chart, line chart, then graph, and histogram. These are the 5 types of charts. The pie chart, it is basically a qualitative attribute. And observation, it will be a company relative frequency, good or bad. Already we have discussed, 750%. In the bar chart also it belongs to a qualitative, and that also it will be used represented in a bar graph. The line chart, the same. The maximum temperature of Andrews Place, this will be represented in a line chart. Basically, it is a quantitative attribute. And area histogram also a quantitative. And the Andrew, in 5 days, maximum temperature, it is displayed over here. And the maximum last temperature of 14 contacts are displayed in the histogram. In univariate statistics, this univariate statistics, it is having two types: location statistics and dispersion statistics. This location statistics, this will be deals with the location related data types. In that, the location univariate statistics identify a value in a certain positions, and the value, it might be a minimum value, a maximum value, or mean value. The minimum value means it is the lowest value, maximum largest value, mean is the average, and node is most frequent value. The first quartile is larger than 25%, and median is the larger than 50% and less than 75. Third quartile is greater than 75%. And the dispersion statistics. Dispersion statistics, it usually measures how distant different values are. The most dispersion statistics are amplitude, interquartile, and mean absolute deviations, and the standard deviation. These attributes which is used to measure the dispersion statistics. Reference. Thank you.